By the end of this video, you will be able to create this chess piece by just using a curve. You will also be learning how to use the sky texture to create this sky, this lovely sky up here. And then also you will be able to texture this grass and the chess piece. So I will see you in a second. Once you have opened Blender, you're going to delete your default cube. And then you're going to load your reference image. It's going to be the reference image of the chess piece. So you can do Shift A and then image, and then you can choose the reference image. I have already downloaded it into Blender, as you can see right there. You can get your reference image from Google or any browser you want. So then once you have your reference image, then we're going to do Shift A, and then we're going to add a Bezier curve. Once you have added a Bezier curve, you can just go into edit mode of the Bezier curve, then X to delete its vertices. And then go to the front orthographic view of the chess piece. It can be either 1 or 3 of your depending on how you placed your reference image. So then we're going to do press this option on the toolbar, draw a freehand spline. So now we're going to trace the outside of the chess piece, only half of it. So we're going to draw it. It doesn't have to be perfect, but I'm going to do it freehand because it's a freehand spline. So I'm going to smooth it out for us. So once you have done that, as you can see, I've done that. Now you don't need your reference image anymore. Then you can go into object mode and delete your reference image. And then we're going to select our curve that we drew freehand. And then we're going to add a screw modifier to it. There we go. And as you can see, it has created a chess piece. Now the screw modifier adds a screw. So basically it acts like a screw. So basically this is our curve. And then it rolls around 360 degrees depending on the angle. And then it just makes a chess piece. So as you can see, amazing. But if you go into edit mode, this is still a curve, but you don't want it to be a curve anymore. So we're going to select our chess piece, go into object tab, convert it into a mesh. And now if you get into edit mode, then now it is a mesh. Wonderful. Now I'm going to add a plane, and we're going to add a grass texture that you saw in the thumbnail. So we're going to go up, and then we're going to make it above the origin point like so. We're going to add a Shift A and add a plane. Then scale it up to your need. I'm going to do it like about that much. That should be alright. And then I'm going to quickly see if it's touching the plane. Like so. And it's going to be like there. So now once you have done that, let's make the texture of the chess piece first. So we are going to go into material preview. Right now they are both white. So we're going to move up the timeline, and then we're going to press this button on the top left of the timeline and change it into the shader editor. Do here a new material, and we're going to name it the chess piece. I'm just going to name it chess. Now we're going to change the color to brown. So really you can't change the color to brown, as you can see, but we can do it like up to here. But if you do not know how to do it, you can actually just write a hex code to it. So if you go to your browser quickly and then you search hex code for brown color, it will load the hex code for brown. Just copy that and then go back here, then copy the paste the hex code here, and then as you can see, it will get a brownish color right there, as you can see. Now once you have done that, we're going to add a bump node. So a bump node adds crevices or fake crevices. So it just gives a illusion of bumps. But as you can see, we can't really see it because we have to add a noise texture first. Shift A and then a noise texture. As you can see, I don't know where the noise texture went, so I'm going to add it again, and I'm going to add a noise texture right there. And then we're going to load the factor into the height. As you can see, we have this type of texture. So what you want to do is that you want to decrease the scale about like there and increase the detail to like about a little bit so you can get the texture you want. If you increase the roughness, I mean decrease it, it will make it a bit shiny. But I want to make it only a little rough. You can increase the distortion a little bit to get that little texture of it. And I think this might be alright for the chess piece. That looks good. And you can also change the type of noise texture you want, and you can change the strength and all that stuff. And I think this might be alright. You can also change the shininess. As you can see now, it's very, very shiny. I want it to be shiny because the chess piece is normally shiny, but I probably want it to be only about a point like that. That should be very good. Now, once we have done that, we are going to quickly save this. You can save it from file and then save. And once you have saved, we are going to quickly add the sky texture. So once you've added made your own chess piece texture, you can mess around, you can make it more metallic and all that stuff. As you can see, if it's more metallic, it's looking more good. You can mess around with these nodes. Once you have done that, we're going to change the shader type from object to world, and we're going to add a sky texture node. Sky texture node. As you can see, if you go to render viewport, it would add a sky for us. Now, as you can see, it says sun disk not available. This is because on Eevee, on the render engine Eevee, the sun disk is not available, so you cannot see the sun. So we're going to change our render engine to cycle so we can actually see the sun. Now, so we now need to locate and find the sun. So we're gonna change the intensity, and we can do that as the sun over there. We're going to increase the size of the sun, as you can see right there, and then we're going to rotate it so it's over. I want it to be over there. So let's make it over there because that's the camera is already over there. Just gonna rotate it, make it come all the way around. There we go. And then we're going to change the elevation. I want it to be like about here. Sunset. Now we have done that, we're going to change the intensity and I'm going to make it 0.1. Because if it's more than 0.1, it's just too bright. And as you can see, we had made an amazing sun. You can actually mess around with the settings and you can make it whatever you want. Now, we have done that. Now, once you have done that, now we're going to add the texture for our plane. So we're going to go back into object mode and then we're going to select the plane. If you select the chess piece, you will have the same nodes because now you want to change the material of the plane, so you have to select the plane. Add a new material. I'm going to name it the floor or the plane. It depends on you. You can name it anything you want. Now, for this trick to work, I'm going to use a special trick. If we go into edit, then preferences, you need to have on the add-ons node wrangler enabled. Node wrangler. Have it enabled, and then this trick will happen. So I got the grass texture from a website called Polyhaven. I will show you right now, polyhaven.com textures. And as you can see, there are lots of textures here. You can get floor textures, metal textures, floor here, as you can see. And even you can even search your textures and you can do lots of things with it. But I just got a grass texture. As you can see, I'm going to search grass. And then I got this texture right here. So once you have gotten your texture and you downloaded it and you have Node Wrangler enabled, you are going to press the Principal BSDF, select it, then do Control Shift T, and then you're going to locate your material, and then you are going to select this, go to textures, and you're going to Shift Control Select the diffuse, the normal, and the rough. You will see if it's normal, it will say NOR if it's normal, diffuse, and rough. Ignore the display and the mask ones. You do not need those. And then do Principal Texture Setup and click on that. And now you can see it automatically connected all those nodes and it saved you lots of time. As you can see, it even labeled it for you and it looks awesome. And as you can see, we have got our grass texture and that looks amazing. Now once we have done that, now we just need to maybe scale this up a little bit more. And now we're going to go back into material preview so that now we don't have to wait for it to cycle. Now once you have done that, we're now going to just duplicate them. Alt D to duplicate and move them and rotate them so we have a few of them, and you can change it to whatever you want. So grab it and move it there like so, and then rotate it over there, and then grab it on the z-axis and so on. And you can make it your own. You can do whatever you want with these chess pieces. You can even create a chess piece with this plane. I just added it because I wanted it to be different. You can literally add loop cuts, and you can add it to assign it to colors. So if I do an example right here, Shift A, add a plane. The plane is there. Grab it and move it over here. Scale it up over here. And then you can go into edit mode of it. And then you can do Control R to add loop cuts to it. Right there. And then is it 4, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Added 7. You can do the same the other way around. Control R. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There we go. Now once you have done that, if you select the faces in edit mode, so select this, select them like in a chess piece, and it might take you a while, but if you want to do this, you can. Don't select this one, select this one. And I forgot how a chess piece looks like. I don't even know how to play chess. Comment down below if you know how to play chess, because I don't know how to play chess. Like there. And I don't think this one's supposed to be here. Like so. And there. And there as well. Now once you have done that, you have to select all the faces, go into the material over here, new, then make it black, and then assign it. As you can see, everything is black. That's a good thing. Now we can just make the selected white. So you can just select them again and make them white. So I'm going to quickly do that. And sometimes you just wonder if you did it correct, because like I'm just checking this and seeing that if I did correct. So like so. Keep on selecting it. It might be a long process, but once you have done it, you'll be very proud of yourself. And I'm nearly done, and there we go. Now we're going to add a new material, new, and then assign it to the white. And as you can see, we made a chess piece right there. That looks perfect. But you can do it over there as well. I'm going to quickly do it over here. Now you can just duplicate and rotate and make it your own. And now if we go to our camera view, to make your camera to where your viewport display is, just do Control Alt and numpad 0, and this is where your camera will go. And then you can just move the camera. But to selecting Shift and then key on top of Tab, you can move your and we can just place it where you want, like so. I'm going to place it right there, and then you can render your image and you are done. I hope you liked the video. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in another video.